Hello guys, this is a review of the movie Vertigo by Alfred Hitchcock. It is considered to be one of the best films of all time, and I agree. It's a very good film. Let's start with the plot. So the movie follows the story, sorry about dogs, I'll be quiet. The movie follows the story of Scottie. Scottie is a retired detective because he suffers from vertigo and he's unable now to do his job as best as possible. He even should I say like this? He kind of let one of his partners die because he's kind of like when he's in high places and the guy was saying So yeah, he's retired and his friend calls him over and he offers him a job. He tells him, my wife is suicidal. She believes that she's another woman from this painting from a different century, I think. So I need your help. Can you do it? At first he's adamant to accept the job, but then he accepts it. He starts following this woman. His friend tells Scottie that this woman believes that she's the ghost of the person, and like they're two different people. So Scottie starts following Madeleine, that's the name of the woman, and the relationship, because at one point she jumps off the San Francisco bridge. I kind of forgot, sorry. It's not too important. And Scottie saves her, takes her out and takes her home. They talk a little bit and then he keeps following her and offers to be with her and help her through her crisis. Obviously, as one would imagine, the relationship becomes something more than just the bodyguard or the helper, whatever. They become romantically involved. But then she asks him to go to this church place where she has a lot of visions of her past life and how it was. She runs up the stairs of this, I don't know if it's a cathedral, I don't know. She jumps up and launches herself off the precipice and into her death. Scottie, unable to go as fast as possible and catch up to her and save her and prevent that from happening, blames it all on himself because of his vertigo and all these things. They even have a session in court where they find him guilty of not being able to save her, but like innocent because it wasn't even his responsibility. Like when a person wants to do it, they do it, kind of like that. And I'm obviously paraphrasing, like this movie is like super serious and very well made. But Scottie then finds a woman who looks suspiciously the same as Madeleine, like not even similar, the same, just with like brown hair and like different things because Madeleine was blonde. And he starts following her, then he talks to her, and you realize through a letter that Madeleine never really, now with brown hair, she starts writing a letter to Scottie explaining that his friend did this and she was hired to pretend to be his wife so that Scottie's friend could get rid of his wife and just take all the money and just be free and not have to deal with her anymore. So I don't know if you follow. It's like so many things. So that happens, but she crumbles up the letter, she tears it out, throws it away. I don't know if she tears it out, but she throws it away. She never gives it to Scottie, right? And Scottie starts to demand that she dress like Madeleine, that she dyes her hair blonde, bleaches more like, and that she dresses like her with the exact same suits, and he's like to the point on the details because he can't get over it. He can't get over the fact that he killed Madeleine. And now that he has this other woman that looks exactly like her, he's gonna take full advantage of it. And to add to the fact that this woman loves him. So they start going out, they start dating, whatever. And one night, they're gonna go out for dinner. And she wears this pendant that was habitually worn, or maybe once worn, I don't know, by Madeleine, the Madeleine. That's when he's like, So he's like, okay, let's gonna go a little bit further than we planned. Is that okay? She says, yes, that's fine. Let's go. They reach the church place where Madeleine committed suicide, or died of suicide. And well, how much time passed? Months prior? Something like that. Anyway, she starts to get suspicious, but she's like, we're gonna go up there. We are going to go up there. And once they're up there, he's like, so you thought I wouldn't know, huh? But your mistake was to wear that. You do not keep evidence of murder. Now I know who you are. I know that you've always been the same person. I know that you and that guy tricked me. And now I'm going to throw you off. Well, he didn't say that, but I'm just playing. A nun goes up there, if I'm not mistaken. And she ends up falling. Accidentally. Like, I don't know, she loses her balance or whatever. She's distraught. She's, I don't know. And she falls in. So that kind of just gives you a sense of like, what? So it's gonna repeat itself, and now this time it is for real. It's kind of, and that's it for the plot. Now I'm gonna get into my opinion. It's kind of ironic if you think about it, and difficult to understand because he was in love with her. So in a way you could be like, okay, payback or karma for what they did to him. But at the same time, he loved her. So I don't think that he wanted that to happen. And I think that he's going to go down a very, very traumatic road from which he might never recover. He actually, when Madeleine died, he had to have a lot of psychiatric help, and he spent a lot of weeks recovering because he just went into a state of shock. Like, he couldn't believe it, that he had failed so bad. The film, takes you in different directions. It's crazy to think that it was made so long ago. It does feel, and you could see that it was an old film, but it's good. It's one of those films that are timeless, that it doesn't really matter when they were made, when they were released. They will stand the test of time forever. I heard about this movie through a professor, and I was like, well, I'm gonna check it out if it's, so good, and like the music it's so fading, and they actually have some visuals, like, I don't know, it's kind of like, it's like kind of like, it from Alfred Hitchcock's entrances. I don't remember which movie he used it, but yeah, he uses a lot of cool, innovative visuals, and now like you could do it with the TikTok, but back then it would have been crazy. But that's not what's so special about the film. What's so special about the film is that it really surprises you. It really draws you in. I was not bored for 1 minute, and this movie's long. I was invested in it. I wanted to know what was going to happen. I cared about the characters. I was wondering. This is a thriller, straight up thriller throughout, 100%. And it's not my favorite genre. I have a lot of trouble, like, kind of like, enjoying them. Sometimes, although I have opened my horizons as of late, but this film was not a burden. It was an enjoyment. I was very pleased with it. I kept thinking like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? Or like trying to like figure out what is this? What is that? And I don't know. I was happy. I was happy with the quality of the film, the great acting, the great directing, the great writing. Everything was beyond superb. Was that how you pronounce it? Superb. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, I would give a rating of 10 out of 10 in its category, of course. This movie, Vertigo, is legendary. I recommend it to anyone who loves classic films, who has not already watched this. This should have been on your bucket list a long time ago. And even if you don't like classic films and you like more modern films but are open to the possibility of watching something amazing and timeless, this movie is the one. It was amazing. It was really enjoyable, and I think that's it for this one. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching.